These questions.
Voting?
What the? Quit! I fucking quit, yo. Give me the wine. I want to drink.
Watch when it's goddamn.
Give me the wine. I want to drink. I can't do this.
I got some good wine too.
Join us every Saturday at 7 p.m. for On the Come Up radio show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin' Street? Girlin' Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. Exactly. Just don't.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yeah. We are back for the last Salacious Life with Dr. Wren radio show. So I figured since it's the end of the year, last show, we would do a nice Wednesday wind down. We haven't done it in a while, and the last time it was interesting to say the least. So we have some new faces, we have return faces. You know, I'm always here. So why don't we introduce ourselves? We already know.
I'm Davida.
I'm Sandrine, but Sandrine in English.
Oh my goodness, I'm Allison.
Alright, she's like, oh my goodness. It's been a long road. Like, thank you for being here with me to kind of reminisce a little bit and just kind of get ready for the next chapter. I know you're getting ready for a new podcast. You excited?
I'm very excited. Well, I feel like everyone in this building has been rallying behind this podcast. So when I got the opportunity to come today, I'm just like, is this the universe in motion? Even though I'm being a little complacent.
Sometimes the universe will force you to do exactly what you want to.
Yeah, a little nudge before 2019.
Absolutely.
So what's your podcast about?
It's To Be Determined. Okay. Because I'm a Renaissance woman, modern day, so it's going to be relevant. Not too much pop culture. I'm not a pop culture junkie.
Whatever it is, it's going to be hot.
You know it. You know it.
Thank you, Davida.
Absolutely.
Soon come.
So what about you? What are you up to?
Oh, what am I? Honestly, I've been chilling since Thailand. You know, I have not done shit. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't done shit relevant. I'm just a creative, but at the moment, I'm on pause, just chilling. Like, getting into myself. You know, I quit on more like I fired.
Right.
But
I remember that day.
Yes, like I got fired from my job when I came back from Thailand, but it was worthy because I was miserable and, you know,
wow.
Look. Like I said, the universe will force you.
Exactly. So I'm a born creative, and I will be doing that in 2019. I got some stuff in the works, but not set in stone, so I'm just floating right now.
Okay.
With my dog.
Anything new with you?
I'm moving to a new office. Well, I've already moved into the office space. I just have to buy furniture. So I'm furniture shopping and trying to find money to buy the furniture
that you want.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I had this expensive taste, and like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah. So that's it. I mean, I'm same gig, still doing therapy. I'm a therapist. So
okay. Oh, girl,
mental health. I'm still doing that.
That's good.
So I'm moving from doing group practice to private practice, which is scary, but it's exciting at the same time. So
absolutely.
Well,
if you need any help, furniture shopping, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing something very similar. So my day job, I was hired to take the place of somebody that was retiring out. So as this person transitioned out, I transitioned in. Well, he officially is gone. And I'm officially the HNIC. And it's so crazy to be walking through there, like the youngest person employed there, the only female on site, and just, you know, having to own it the way I have. So I've decided to build myself an office.
Nice.
I mean, you build buildings. So.
That's what I do. So I've decided to build myself an office. Oh, Sully said, "Good evening, ladies. Happy holidays to you all."
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Sully.
It went by fast, though.
What?
Christmas.
It did. Like, it seems like, no, like, but today felt like Monday.
She said, thank God you were dying.
No, she said, thank God. I said, I agree.
Yeah, well, you work in the hustle and bustle of people and their holiday spirit. And being assholes at the same time.
That's funny.
But
it seemed like it went really fast. But today felt like Monday. Like when I went to work this morning, it felt like I hadn't been there in years. And I didn't know where anything was. And I didn't really feel like doing anything. I was online shopping for a neck bows.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Okay.
Neck bow.
You should have messaged me.
And she said,
so like bow ties or neck bows for yourself?
For myself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, bow ties and neck bows for myself. So, and chatting back and forth. Yeah, that's what I did for the first, I don't know.
3 hours.
3 hours of my 6-hour day.
Ooh.
I can't with any of you. What did you do? I'm looking at her face, and they're over there like making faces. I'm like, I cannot, because, well, so you guys don't know, but on the ride down here, she gets in the car and she is bursting at the seams. She just wants to talk. She wants to tell us her whole life story and where she's from and how she got there and everything about her life. And then, you know, I was joking with her and she was like,
the car ride was so quiet. I was just like, damn, this is not what I expected.
It's 3 minutes.
Did you guys no, but she didn't know that.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, you didn't know where we were going. You're like, so
in my little basement with my dog, like in my cell. So you guys were like the first people I seen. We were dry as hell,
and we was dry
for 3 minutes.
We were, well, because you had so much, and I was like. And you said, I've never done this. I want to get out. I want to say these things. And I'm like, she's going to say it all in the car. And then we're going to get in this room and she's going to be like. So I said, yeah, we'll talk in 16 minutes.
No, you're right. You're right.
And then I said to you, what have you done with your day? And you said, nothing.
I did nothing. I cleaned my apartment. I let my dog out. I did nothing, y'all.
You did nothing?
A little cleaning? Nothing?
Cleaning, peppermint, you know.
That's something.
That's something. That's not just cleaning.
That was a struggle in itself because yesterday I was supposed to do it and I did nothing. I just stayed in my bathtub and drank and did selfies.
That
sounds therapeutic.
Right? I was like, see, what was wrong with that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but like you get this misconception of life when they tell you you're supposed to be doing this at this time. I'm 30 now, so fuck it. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. Just like my landlord gets his money when he gets his money. And that's it. It is what it is. Like, that's how I feel. Like,
I wish I had this life.
That's how I feel. I just chill. I just chill. I just stay in my little basement, in my little corner, mind my fucking business. I can curse like, mind my fucking business with my dog. And you know, because I literally, that's all what I've been doing since I've been home. So, yeah. So when I get around a group of people, of course, I'm like, come on, let's talk. Because I've been by myself with the dog the whole time. So
I get it. I mean, and nobody judges here because I'm sure every single person in this room has gotten up in the morning and had a glass of wine. So at least once in our lives, I'm pretty sure we have.
But I've gotten better now. I'll wake up later now at 10.
Or worse. Or better.
No, when I was in Thailand, I was at 6 o'clock in the morning and I was drinking rum. At 6.
Yeah.
Okay. But then I changed it because I was there for a month and a half. So I was like, I changed it a little bit, and I was just like, let me have tea first, then I'll have the rum right after the tea.
So was the rum like $2?
Girl, are we gonna talk about my experience in Thailand?
We would love to.
We will.
Okay.
We would love to.
Because because my friend is going back, and I said, give me 2 bottles of those rum. For $3 each. It's not that deep. Like, you're doing too much. Yes. Doing too much.
Can I ask this, though, before we dig all the way in, because I know we'll move to the next part, and I'm going to forget this.
Okay.
Does the rum have any flavor at all, or is it just like alcohol in a bottle?
No, it's flavor in there. I can't remember what.
Okay, but
damn, and I bought 2 bottles, and I drank that shit before y'all could come down.
We were gonna come down like that. We saw you the night you came home.
Yeah, why didn't you come down? Because I drank that 2 days later. And I had 2 bottles, and it was gone. I'm so sorry. I promise I'll share next time.
The next time.
I mean, my friend's going there, so he's getting me some bottles. So he got a girl to fetch.
He has a girl to fetch.
From Thailand.
Now, wait. There's a thought in that. So, you know how they have these mail order brides and things like that?
Mind my business.
Mail order bride. Explain.
Like,
I've not heard of this.
People pay money and buy brides from other countries. Mail ordered brides.
I might as well kill it. I'm sorry. I'm just not
I'm sorry. I can't even breathe with her in this room right now. I am just like laughing uncontrollably. You're making me miss my thoughts.
I'm sorry.
So we were talking about mail ordered brides, right? All right. So why go back to a country to fetch someone when you could just order one online? Like, you can buy anything online now.
You can, but the probability of being good quality is not as high as you go there first.
It's a woman. Aren't all women good quality?
She's shaking her head no.
Allison, how are you?
My studio audience.
So no, okay, so let me interject with that. So I think that mail order brides are sort of like online shopping. Like, you want to go into the store and touch the fabrics. So if you're going to invest in something like that, you really want to test the fabrics. So maybe he's going to Thailand to test the fabric.
That is his goal.
Some fabrics.
Some fabrics.
No, a fabric.
Oh, he has one in particular.
He has one in particular. She was at my birthday dinner. I like her. Hey, Sam, if you're watching.
Hi,
from
Sam.
Thailand.
Hi, Sam.
She's from Bangkok.
What time from
Make sure he
want to
gets
ask
my
that
rum,
question?
Make sure he gets my rum.
I was curious. Like, the idea of going to fetch someone just seemed a little foreign to me for a second. And I was like, well, why would I, like, I may go get a child from another country, you know, pay however many thousands of dollars to go across the world and pick up a child, you know. But I don't know if I would go halfway across the world
Well, if you go, you would. I think you would, Lauren. I mean, Dr. Wren, you really would.
Yeah. I had to stop myself.
Like, I think that's a big deal.
I mean, if it's love, yeah, I do it in a heartbeat.
So he's already in love.
Damn, I'm exposing my friend. At least I didn't say the name yet. But yeah, he's infatuated. He's very much smitten. I like her. She's cool.
I mean, you were just in Thailand, like,
and he's going.
You went to Thailand, like right after I got back, wasn't it, or was it right before we left?
October. I left like October, mid-October.
We got back. Yeah, you left right after I got back from Europe, like, because I remember accepting your dog food, like the night I got back, because the FedEx guy didn't want to leave your dog food on the step. Shit was heavy.
Sweet.
No, it's okay, because he wouldn't bring it in.
Didn't mean to impose on you.
$55.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
I mean, no, I get it. Like, I get it, but I was thinking. So either way, all right. So we're talking mid-October to early November. To now, and enough that he's going back across the world to fetch her,
to meet her.
I'm sorry.
To get to know
he met her. He's already met her.
He met her.
He's trying to court and woo her. He's already thinking about visa stuff for her, so that's why I said fetch. But me and my bluntness, it is what it is. If you find it offensive, it is what it is. But like
fetch, I just had to
that's for me. 1 + 1 is 2. You met her. I was there when you met her. She was there at the dinner. She's great. She seems nice, whatever. And now you're going back because but you talking to people about visas. So what are you doing? You're fetching. So cool. Have fun.
Look at it like, if you have the opportunity, because not everyone has the opportunity to do anything as wild as that. So if you have the opportunity and your life permits for you to go and afford to do anything that seems like it's not traditional or out of the ordinary, just do it.
Exactly. He dumped the Costa Rican girl for her. So, and she don't even know. Costa Rican girl's probably crazy. She don't even know.
What's this song? I said this song is gonna be in my head. Oh, so on me. That song is gonna be on my head like all night long.
I can't with y'all, but I need to take a break.
Life is about decisions and relationships, and the decisions that we make about relationships.
All right, we'll be right back with this week's Hump Day Discourse.
All right.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live United. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I
Hamilton the
live
Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story, adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You'd be surprised the type of things that happen. or is said on the break. Oh my God, I'm just,
It really is.
No.
Okay.
Oh, good. Sorry, my engineer's talking to me, so. Thank you very much. Shout out to Dre.
Hey, Dre.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look, Sully said, got something coming for the ladies in 19. The intimate tape. Salacious Life exclusive.
I like it.
Yeah. So, yeah, he comes with a few very Deep Throat Saturday playlist kind of things. Yeah, he can pull off a couple of those because he's just got that voice. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody can, make the Deep Throat Saturday playlist. What? I'm just saying. It's a playlist.
I get it.
So, right? Yeah. No. Our studio audience is making me laugh.
Salacious Life After Dark.
Or, it's Hump Day. So, it's always Scorpio season on Salacious Life.
Yes, November 1st, all the way. Week of intensity.
I'm a Gemini.
You're a Gemini like
she lies.
I'm a Scorpio.
What's your birthday?
November 12th.
Jesus. Gemini. Scorpios, Geminis are the same.
Seriously.
My daughter's a Scorpio. So.
Come on, Davida. I know she's an angel.
She is.
I know she's an angel.
She is an angel.
She is. She's wonderful.
And she has like some side eye too.
Now, you sure that's, no, wait. Is that the Scorpio in her? Or is that the Davida in her?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Look, a little bit of balance. This balance. She's great though. I always tell people I wouldn't do it ever again because I would not luck up with such a chill kid.
So maybe I need to have another child then because Bud is putting me through.
Oh yeah, maybe it'll be the opposite for her. It'll just be you get a second chill one.
The first
one was not.
No, he had no chill. Like after like the first day, it was just like it's on. Like nah, he never had no chill. Yeah. Now he's way too much. You remember?
He's amazing.
Oh yeah, I do. That's
he's so amazing, though.
He's so amazing.
We've had a different experience with Buddy.
I liked him, but my friend, who also got fired from my job.
This job's available here. Plug that.
We're not even looking for a job. Flights. They don't have no flights. They're not making no money at the airport right now. But long story short, you're not getting candid on this. Yeah, they were getting back and forth, and she's 26. I was just looking at her drunk, like, come on.
They were going back and forth with words.
She was arguing with Buddy in the window. Yes. It's a long story, like.
And I'm sitting here wasted, like, it's a child. You're 26. Who does that? She's like, nah. But then I was just like, you know what?
I could see it being easy to go back and forth with Buddy. I would just have fun doing it. I want to see him
she was
get aroused.
She was playing with him.
So funny.
And then he said some things that I was just like, oh Lord, girl,
Right.
this is something that Jesus needs to fix.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, moving on. Happy things.
So anyway, let's rewind this all the way back around. So tonight there were a few things I wanted to talk about, and honestly, I wanted some opinions. So it's my last Salacious Life show. Okay. So I went back through the last year and a half of shows. Once a week, times 52 weeks a year, times another half a year, minus maybe 3 or 4 months for me being sick.
Wow.
So plenty of shows, but some of my favorite topics, or at least some of my funniest topics. And I wanted to kind of go through a few of them and get some of your thoughts. So I thought I would start with, this is Salacious Life. So we're going to start off with the funnest one, which was taboo sex acts. So on taboo sex acts, I invited a friend of mine who's a sound engineer. He had no clue. So this was back when I first began, and I didn't like to tell people what I was going to talk about at all. Like I would just be like, let's just blow your mind tonight, or let's see if you can hang with this, right? Because I used to just get downright raunchy on some Wednesdays. Anyway, he had no clue what was happening to him. So I had this list that I still have, actually. I had this list of the top 15 taboo sex acts. So we're going through the list, and we get to things like rusty trombone and
what the fuck is that?
That's I'm just like I don't think I know what.
What is that?
Okay. Rusty dick throat.
No, you may not.
What does that mean? Rusty? Why is it rusty?
Because it's not good.
Well, no, that's not it. No. But hold that thought. We'll tell you what it is. We gotta take a break.
It's not good. Why would it be?
No.
Anything? Why is it rusty? Rusty means dusty.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right?
Radio Loyalty.
Click that banner to join now.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Back.
Hey.
I'm sorry
What?
that I was late-ish.
You weren't late. I was early.
Damn, that was my fault then.
No, I was early.
You probably was waiting on me.
Well, we called you, to let you know that we were ready to go.
You did. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
African people time.
Or something.
Something.
Yeah.
Something.
Or something. Because I don't own that. So, no. Because I'm habitually early for everything. Except for tonight, apparently.
You were taboo.
So anyway.
You got to experience
right.
now.
Because y'all, you see, throwing me way off. So anyway. So I'm having this show with this guy, and we talk about rusty tromboning. which is you are giving head to someone, well, to a man's butt while you jerk him off between his legs.
Done. I did not know.
I would never have thought that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's so creative.
No.
That's very,
so creative.
It's very
I mean,
creative.
but like the thought of it is like really
like,
creative.
because I'm thinking like you have to, like the angle down or out. Oh, trombone.
You got it. Off the, she's like, oh, I know that.
So,
Imagine
you
it
know,
right now.
I have, you know, I guess I don't know. You need
So he said that was his best experience?
Well, I mentioned it thinking that, I mean, this is like...
Wait, you're licking his ass and rubbing his shit, his dick and
like
balls
jerking him off at the
while
same
licking
time.
his ass.
Right. I mean, it's a lot going on. I can't...
He sounds like too much.
It's a whole lot. So anyway, no, so I brought this up because it was like number 7 or something on the list, right?
That's high on the list. You said it was
20? So what's number 1?
I don't remember what number 1 is. The problem is, so I'm talking to him and I'm like, so would you ever do this? And now his girlfriend is like, no, his ex-girlfriend's on the feed,
Probably
right?
It's not big enough.
She went all the way.
You would have to be a little big to do that.
Probably abnormal.
I would think no. I would think the smaller
the better.
For that,
because
you need your arm to be able to extend the length of it past his body.
So if your arm is short, then the dick has to be big. If the dick is small, the arm has to be long.
No, that would not work.
Why?
If you had a short arm, you wouldn't be able to do it at all.
With a big...
No, I mean, if it's flaccid? I mean,
Well, just find something else to do, because this just seems like it's a bit much.
Right, it was complicated.
I'm too lazy for that.
Mind you, we're taking notes and everything, right? Because we're posting on the website because people are asking all these valid questions, and I didn't have all the answers. I had not participated in this particular act. So, I'm sorry. So anyway, so we're leaving out. And I'm reading through the feed because I couldn't keep up because this person kept, so I just stopped even paying attention.
Ex-girlfriend.
This is the
They're not even together.
No, I mean in like way back ex-girlfriend, not like the jealous ex that just got booted, not even like the within the same 12 months, 16 months. So then he turns his phone on, or turns it on beep. Right, and it goes, iPhones, they'll just chirp away to let you know exactly how many text messages you missed. We walked from like the studio to the elevator. In the old studio, that may have been like from here to that counter. It was like you walked out the door and the elevator was right there. That thing beeped all the way back to like where I live. Like the whole, it just kept beeping. He didn't even look at it. It just kept beeping. I said, "Oh shit!"
So what was she saying?
Exactly. What was?
Oh, well, on here she was talking about you would never do anything fun like that with me. Now you got this.
Girl, relax. He's not even with you. What's going on? She hurt.
That part wasn't even a part. I was just amazed that somebody would actually have after about 2 text messages, I'm done.
No, there shouldn't
like
be
the whole
any.
point of my story was this person was that obsessed that who has time to send 100 or so? I mean, I may be exaggerating, but that many. I can send 2 after 2. I'm pretty much done asking.
She did.
At this point, I'm pissed, and it's just kind of right.
But my thing is, what was she so hung up about? What was it? Because he didn't, he wouldn't allow her to do that? I don't get it. What was it
But he said he would. Maybe not with her, though. Because you can't do everything with everybody.
And that's why she got upset because it wasn't her?
Different.
That's true.
So things that you feel very comfortable with one person may be, absolutely horrible with somebody else.
Maybe he respected her a little bit more.
Who, her?
Yeah.
Versus the new girlfriend? Yeah. That's an idea.
Or maybe not a respect factor, but they just different. Because some people just have different sexual preferences, experiences. We say in our traditional world, people are more freaky than other people. I don't think that that's the truth. I just think that people have their different preferences. I don't think that because someone does this, they're more freakier than somebody that does this. It's just you have different preferences.
Like,
maybe he was an Aquarius.
What was he? And what the fuck was she? Because she was actually.
I don't know what. She wasn't a Gemini.
He's a. Wait, what's the one getting ready to come? No, what's now?
Sagittarius.
No, she's Capricorn. He's a Capricorn.
Interesting.
Because I remember I did a show for his birthday, and it was January 6th. So he's a Capricorn. But I don't know what the hell she was. I just couldn't believe that she kept, like, my finger would fall off first. Like, what the hell?
That dick must have been bomb.
First of all, why are you even watching him? I don't even know if I would watch a dude's radio show that I dated before.
She misses it.
She wanted to see what he had to say.
She missed it.
And it was funny because
on Wind Down Wednesday.
Right. No, like, and it was funny because it was like he like won a contest or something. It was like, you know, who wants to go up against the doctor or something, and it was like some sort of something, and he had the funniest whatever. So my manager picked him, and he had no clue. I used to write my shows like 15 months in advance, like just this is what I'm going to do. This one, and this one I want to talk about this one. But now it seems like society, like I'll think of, I want to talk about this in the morning, but by the time the show gets around, I've had so many other interactions all day that I'm thinking about, damn, I wonder what that's like. Like earlier today, I wanted to talk about being poor and being in a relationship because I was watching these two people up at the complex who were, I mean, grindingly poor, but completely in love.
Happy and in love.
Yeah. And I thought to myself, like, I would die. But then I was thinking, would I? You know, like, so that was what I wanted to talk about earlier, you know, but then.
And I wish we could talk about
Then tromboning came up.
Because somebody said, so I was, like, this was closer to now, like, probably like 7:30. Somebody texted me and was like, remember that episode of this? And I had this whole, like, long-ass conversation. So I kept going back and was like, oh, shit, I remember that happened. Oh, my God. Remember when that happened? I had one person get so mad at me after a show that, like, they blocked me on, you know, social media. Then they were sending messages to my parents.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, really? Right. Like, I just don't understand who has that kind of, I don't know, I never could think long enough to do something like that. Like, that takes some thought. You know, you can't, I don't like you, block, but I don't like you, block. And you know what? I really don't like you. Let me look up who your parents are and send messages to your parents.
They ain't raised you right. Go back to the source. That's what the person said. Let me go back to the source. They didn't raise Dr. Wren right.
Yeah. There'll probably be some people who might argue with that.
That's terrible.
It is, but terrible. I mean, you both have met at least one half of that duo.
She is
and her crazy ass. And crazy. She's good and crazy.
She was awesome.
She is awesome. She's awesome.
She should be here now. Hey, Mom.
No. No, thank you. Mommy would be like, so, do you do that with a condom on? Like a condom. Would you put a condom on? Like
safe sex is the best.
Sex. I mean, yeah, but I'm still like
mommy's no best.
You know, like she watched my one show about grooming. You know, and she was like, do people like actually shave it all off? And I was like, what rock have you been living under? Like, I was like, we're going to the spa next weekend. Like, no, you need to, you know,
experience that.
Experience that. At least once. Every woman's got to go through it one time. One time. Everybody's got to feel that.
You did it before?
The
waxing?
The Brazilian wax?
In Thailand. And I will never do it again.
What? Oh, you didn't.
I had 2 women. It was an hour and a half.
Oh my God!
They weren't good at all.
They weren't good at all.
Look at her face. Please.
I would be so mad.
I wouldn't have. I would just
And I was
minutes.
FaceTiming one of my friends. Two of my friends.
Right.
Well, it wasn't just that. They did. I had never done that waxing. I did waxing on myself when I was
just your legs, your whole
18,
body,
17, and that was the
They
worst
did
experience
everything.
ever. They did everything. They did from. Look, I'm a
hairy
You can
tell from her size.
Like,
She's hairy.
I have sideburns. I got a little mustache,
and they were probably
I'm
not
all
used to
hair.
your
Like,
hair
I have-
texture either.
No,
I was thinking that
no,
too. They
they're
weren't used to your hair
They're not.
texture,
So
so
it
that
took two
overwhelmed.
women, an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. And I was FaceTiming. It was so brutal.
Yeah, I
it
wouldn't-
hurt
I couldn't
so
go through
damn
that.
bad.
would
And they
be
still missed a couple
anxiety.
spots. But I did it, and I'm never doing it again. Thank you very much. I did it.
Well, see,
she'll do it again.
Bad experiences, right?
You just do it in Thailand.
Bad experience. You were in Thailand.
I do that. I was like about to do it. Yeah, 15 minutes, 30 minutes done.
But no, but I did everything.
The
I didn't
wax
just do
bar?
Brazilian.
Oh, wax bar is good.
Yeah,
right
they
there.
right on Charles Street.
Right on Charles and Preston.
So everything is
I did
considered everything on the front and everything on behind.
And then my legs.
Oh.
I did everything. I did up here, down.
Okay.
I went ahead for a body wax.
you got your
not
pants.
bad. So half a body.
Yeah.
Half a body for an hour and a half. That's not horrible.
That's not.
No.
I don't know if I would want to sit there. Like, I mean, to me, that's like getting a tattoo. That's gonna grow back. That I'm gonna have to get again.
Two people ripping off at the same time.
I did it because I was motivated, but whatever.
That was awesome.
Oh, that dude, that guy from the Netherlands or wherever he was from.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dutch love,
Basically.
Dutch
I
babe.
don't know.
I'm a Scorpio. I'm just sitting here saying nothing, and she said, "I was born in Paris."
Yeah, but whatever.
So I find this one in the hall right after she gets back from Thailand. She's caught Keisha at the door, and I'm coming in the house, and we're in the hallway and we're talking, and she was like, "Oh my God, let me tell you what happened in Thailand. I don't know what to do." Now, she was like, "Can I really tell the story?"
Go ahead. I told people I'm
now.
gonna be honest. I'm gonna be myself.
She started, but that's how she started the story. She did not start the story with, "I got fired today."
Oh shoot, Sandrine!
Which
That wasn't the important part.
No, that wasn't it was because that was not the important part. It was not the important part. The important part was, oh my God. Let me tell you about my trip to Thailand and this guy I met. And she's falling all over the wall. I mean, literally, like waving her body across the wall as she's describing this
And I'm talking
guy.
about people right now.
And Keisha and I are standing on the stairwell. Like, you've all been to my
And
house,
they're
so you know,
like, do tell, but we gotta go.
Well, I had to go.
Oh,
so,
literally.
Like, I really had to go.
Pee, yeah.
But it was okay because I really thoroughly enjoyed. Sorry, I dropped my phone. I really thoroughly enjoyed your story because she went on to tell me. But you know what? I can't even tell them about the guy,
Dutch bag.
the Dutch bag.
Oh God, he's so not
She's
relevant.
still smitten.
Yeah, you see that?
Look at her smile.
No, did you notice
Still
the wave? So you know I wasn't exaggerating because she started waving her body
Okay.
like she was listening to John
Honestly,
Mayer.
it was the best sex I've ever had in my whole life. But mind you, I was I've only had sex at the time, a long time ago, with 3 people. My first 2 boyfriends and then some girl in France. She's still friends with me or not, whatever, who cares. And then after that, 2015, I was celibate until like 6 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah, then 6 months ago came, and I just woke up one day and I was just like, fuck it. Let me fuck my old neighbor next door. He's not there no more. Boom. Let me fuck this dude that liked me. Let me fuck a black dude. Let me fuck all these little... So I was dipping and dabbing and whatever. Then I go to Thailand, and I go to Thailand, and my first day I smashed an Indian dude. Don't do it.
Hold that thought.
Yeah.
Still hold that thought. Tell her why. I have to take a break. But we'll be right back. Hold the thought. Don't forget your question.
She's like, but why?
That's scary. Was he stinky? I didn't want to say that.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run. The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, one with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right.
They were going into that National series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game. That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the how
much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that you're.
Then your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
The pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the offseason, and he really has not panned out. He's off to one of the worst starts in any of the pitchers in 2017. He's 0-4 with a 6.05 ERA. In May alone, he already has 12 earned runs. 12 earned runs in May. And, another one of their pitchers, Clayton Richard, he's 2-4 with a 4.34 ERA. And, in May, he has 6 earned runs and 12 innings pitched. So they're not pitching well. And on top of that, they are also not batting well.
Right. But it kind of sucks because Manuel Margot is doing pretty good. His the past few at bats, his last.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
You're now listening to BeExposedRadio.com. Check out this fire flashback.
We need to relearn what it is to be these bosses and how we conduct ourselves as business-minded individuals and just people in general. I let my gut, and if I call it gut or God or whatever, I'm led by that energy. I know where it comes from. I know where it's, taking me.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
But we're back. Okay, but look,
hold on.
We're all into our body. This is a group of women. We're definitely into our bodies.
We're supposed to go back to
at
the
some
Indian.
point. Right. We're gonna go back to the Indian. Don't forget your question. Don't forget your answer. But real quick, what kind of person doesn't live at all?
Why can't we go?
A lot of people. But that's perception, though.
It is
because they're still living. Because a lot of times they work out and they're really into,
and that's their
healthy lifestyle.
That's a healthy.
That's
very
purity.
fulfilling for them.
I mean, I guess I just, don't you want to do something?
You are
dangerous or bad
sometimes. But no, they might play the lottery.
I prefer that too.
Okay.
they might go to Horseshoe Casino. Let's go on.
All right. Well, I know I sidebarred. Our studio audience had a question.
Oh, I said, why not the Indian guy?
So what was wrong with the Indian guy?
He was beautiful.
Okay.
He was a beautiful man, but and I was wasted too. We did skinny dipping, and I broke my phone.
Shit.
And then it was time to get it down, and
wait, he couldn't get it up?
No, he got it up. It just there was nothing to see.
Oh.
And
couldn't scratch it.
I didn't feel anything, y'all. Nothing, and that's a.
Hold up. I wish there was a guy in here. So if a girl can't feel anything, can a guy feel it? So if a girl can't feel it, can the guy feel it?
Because my first boyfriend, when I first lost my virginity, I was making funny faces so he could stop because I didn't feel shit, and I was like, I waited 17 years of my life for this.
Was he I think we all felt like that the first time because it's never good.
And I was just looking.
It might be beautiful, but it's never good.
But you just never know because big things come in small packages as well.
I mean, you're right. The black dude I messed with before going to Thailand, like his thing was so big. I was walking funny. I was hurting.
She had to put some
I was telling him, calm down. Like, why are you acting like you just got out of prison? Like, you need to relax. Like, he was hurting me. And then I went back to work and I told my, guy friend at work, I was just like, yo, Demetrius, this is never... I fucked a black dude for the first time. It's never happening again.
Oh they're
God.
So rough. Wait.
It's another. I'm never.
Wait. Before we go on, the highly coveted, extra large African American Mandingo has turned you off of sleeping with black men for the rest of your life.
He hurt me.
Oh my God! I was walking like this
right after he left, and he wanted to come back, and I was like, no. And he hit me up in Thailand too. It was just like, yo, I really want to take you out on a proper date. No, I can't.
You should hook him up with somebody.
Yes, because he hurt me.
hurt me, yo. Hook him up with somebody. I'm not saying that you have to be, a Voss bottle. That's what my girlfriends and I used to call it. I'm not saying you have to be a Voss bottle. Remember Voss?
Yes.
Voss bottle, right? You don't have to do well. Typically speaking, many women, not most, I'll say many women enjoy the larger. I mean, shit. They was.
I had wide fire.
But I'm saying it
goes so far back. I'm not even gonna go there. I was just thinking about how niggas was forced to have
he was rough, like he had just got out the joint.
Like seriously, it felt like I was being raped.
Then being rough.
That's different.
But no,
he wasn't sensual. I don't feel like he was sensual.
Wait. So if all that the issue is that he wasn't sensual,
can't know what to do.
How could you turn off from?
But can I be honest?
Men?
No, because I'll explain it to you. So unfortunately, Dr. Wren. So in my humble experience, European men are way more sensual than American men, and especially African American men. There's a roughness, and I've talked to different men about it, and sometimes they feel like it's because they're circumcised, that there's a little bit like they can't feel as much, and a lot of European men are not circumcised. So maybe that's the pleasure principle. But it sounds like he wasn't sensual and she wasn't really turned on, and it was an arc witness and a friction, and she was turned off. But I would say don't let that be your last experience with a beautiful African guy.
He was very beautiful. He was very short.
That doesn't mean he wasn't beautiful.
But I said he was very beautiful. He was very short. But his wing wang was big as hell, and that's what kind of excited. I was just like, okay, pull it out. He pulled it out. I said, okay, come on, let's go to the room. And then it happened, and I was like, oh.
See, that's where you fucked up. See, you set yourself up for success right there. pull it out. You had every opportunity to be like, bitch, please.
I'm hearing her say that you've had Big before, but
prior to him, it was a
Jewish
guy that I was messing with
the same experience
consistently. And he was very good too. I had to get used to his dick because I didn't get used to having sex with him because I was like, what the fuck is this?
Because it was uncircumcised?
Nah, because this motherfucker was just like, oh yeah. Because I had to get used to that, like the talking aspect of it. And then once I got used to it.
Wait. So now we have a problem with people who verbalize their pleasure.
It's no way that you verbalize.
Like, you can't be quiet completely.
That's
doing
fine.
That's
It's
eerie.
the way that you do it. You can't do it the first night talking about ooh, yeah.
Well, if it felt that good, you know what?
Okay, yes, let it feel that good, but I don't want to hear that shit.
Allison,
you know what?
Like, are you serious?
I'm taking a break. Salacious life. I'm taking a break. No, because y'all. I can't.
It's tough bargain over here.
Use Tearless baby shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home walk restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the Black by Demand radio show.
Control. They said she wouldn't so they didn't know if she had a weapon. So it's just a mess. So yeah, you do have to have these discussions with your children.
You do, and you have to make them aware of that there is an enemy out there. Every time the police pull you over, or every time you have an interaction with the police as a black person, you are at risk of being in front of your enemy. Hopefully, it's not a police officer that wants to demonstrate that he's your enemy, but we all see it's a high probability of that being the case. So if we're not talking to our children do not have the coping mechanisms to deal with these type of intense situations. What they're going to do is what most of us do as black people, me and anyone else, which is become emotional.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Fashion
started.
Religion started religion, and then it became fashion.
To break away.
So, guys, we're back. Just if you're just tuning in, you know what? We're not even going to tell you what we're talking about because it's not even worth it. What were we talking about?
We were talking about the Indian guy.
Right. So.
I thought we were finished with him.
We never went to him.
No, we were talking about the black guy and why
we did.
Because you had.
It was rough.
We were talking about the black guy.
It was really rough.
So rough, but not all black men are rough.
That's true.
Okay, look, I grew up I'm African, hello. Born in Paris, grew up in Hyattsville, Maryland, PG County. But my stepdad is Caucasian from Biddeford, Maine, but his ethnicity is like Canadian French. So I grew up with that type of dad. I didn't grow up with like a traditional like African or even black dad. I grew up with an African mother and a Canadian French American dad, not Caucasian. That's what I grew up with. So my boyfriends have been white, all of them. Passive aggressive, mama's boys, mostly bald, but white. That's it.
Yikes.
Small dicks, but white. It is what it is.
I mean,
but
like,
I
get what you're saying, because like, so I grew up I had this duality in my life because of like my parents. They're multicultural. They're both mixed. I have 2 mixed parents. And then they lived on opposite ends of the spectrum. And then I went to like way too many schools. So I had friends from everywhere, every walk of life, everybody from rich friends to poor friends. And for me, we were all lateral, yeah. And I think I probably dated the same way. You know what I mean? Like I've had like rich mates and poor mates. I can't do that one again, but I did have a poor mate. And then I've had everything in between, in black, white, Asian, girl, boy.
Asian girls, yes.
Have you had Dutch?
Yes, those are fine.
Well, my mother's half Dutch, so that's just too close to being me.
Oh, okay.
And I typically,
Dutch?
I prefer women who are at least a shade, if not 2 or 3 darker than me. But with men, it's not quite the same way. So, you know, we all have our types, right?
Exactly, preferences.
But you know what? That means absolutely nothing, because, you know, you might end up with somebody who is
never say no.
And that's the thing. At least for me,
you never think.
It's me fucking whoever the Indian dude or whatever. I was about to say his name, but no, because his name means God, and it's not. But I didn't want to live my life only like with one type. Even if it wasn't what I thought was my type, I still wanted to go for it because of the personality and the mindset. He has an amazing mind, and when I go to Thailand, I will hang out with him, but we will not be screwing. Like the mindset was brilliant. That's what attracted me to him.
But I mean, you're a Scorpio. You should be relatively sapiosexual. You can't think your way through it, because I can think my way into having sex with you know,
mind sex
with I mean,
and that's why I slept with him.
But you just didn't like it though.
No, I
love sex. Like no matter.
I do too. I've thrown dudes out their own bed because they wasn't doing it right, or they weren't giving it to me the way I wanted it to be given. Like once I start, I can't stop. So that's why I do the extreme. It's either I do it all the time or I do it not at all.
Sounds like
that is me.
Yeah. All or nothing. Black or white. There's no gray area with us. We're like, look, are we doing this or not?
Yeah, and I'm that way. So with him, I mean, thank you for the experience. I'm good.
Well, you had that, you know, you can check it off your bucket list. I did something bucket list this year.
Oh, I've done
I did a lot of bucket lists this year.
Did I even tell you about the gay dude I sucked his dick?
You sucked the gay man's penis. Please tell me you weren't in the. Please tell me you weren't in the neighborhood.
Really good.
I was in the temple in Thailand.
Oh, you were in Thailand. Okay. Please tell us about you.
Israel.
Now, you know what? Do I really
show up for us females? You better did a good job.
All right.
I did the best that I could do.
You know what? I don't want to know about you sucking the gay man's penis. I want to know why would you suck again? Like I would never eat the pussy of a straight woman, because what the fuck am I going to do for her?
That's bullshit.
Right?
I mean, if she's cute, why not?
What do you mean?
But I mean, for what?
Because it's not for her, it's for me.
Just for me? But
yeah, self-gratification.
Like, I guess, maybe I'm past the turning out stage. Maybe that's all. That's all. I'm getting old. Sorry. Sorry. I must be getting old.
Nah, with him, I didn't know. I didn't know. He didn't look at. We were at. We were on an island. We were dancing. We were vibing. He was cute. We were dancing together, grinding. Long story short, he like whispers like, "Yo, like
he was pimping, right? Because like if he's gay, what did he do? Close his eyes?
Yeah, he was dancing with me at the time. Like gay people dance with girls.
I know. I mean, yeah, we all have. We all have gay
but
friends.
Then I like we were like, I was just getting it in. I'm
so
like,
is he bisexual?
Right. He said, this is what he said to me. He was just like, should I get a condom? I said, no, I'm on my period. And he was just like, oh, okay, well, I have to let you know that I'm gay, but I might be bi. And I'm like, wait, what? And his penis was hard. So I was just like, I don't understand.
And then he was bi. At least.
Yeah.
At least bi.
And then he pulled me to the side and we went to
like,
some
I
old
couldn't imagine,
temple.
like,
The damn thing.
I don't know.
In the temple.
Yeah.
I know.
I could go to jail for that.
Well, you're done now, so you.
I smoke weed in the ruins, so.
But that was pretty. That was boss.
I was outside.
That was boss. And we're cool. We're still tight. So I mean, cool, cordial.
I don't know.
He's from Israel.
I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't even.
He's from Israel.
I think I would just be scared.
I would be more afraid than anything else.
Ooh, afraid of
because
what?
if he
the unknown.
Yeah,
I would be afraid of.
Like, I mean, you know, I preach.
Have you followed her story? He has holy penis. He's from Israel. They did it in the temple.
That sounds right.
That's why they didn't get caught. She's not in jail.
No,
you know what?
I ain't get nothing from that. I didn't know. I'm totally safe.
Because there's no good. Because I'm just like, I mean, maybe. I do believe, like I say it, I preach it all the time, to live unapologetically and to be brave and to love life and to live and not exist and take risk and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to my special place,
he wasn't on my. He was on my mom.
That's special too.
It's special.
That's real special.
That's extra
real
special. Because my dimples are right there. No,
it's my
My dimples are right there. My dimples are close to my mouth. How could
I can't. No. No. I've never been quite so
free.
I can't say that, but there was always a lot of protection involved. Like, yeah, let's go do this with that body dam and that there wetsuit.
Lucky for me, blessed be to me, and the short amount of experiences, because now my number is 9. With a girl, it's 9. That I haven't got any type of crazy shit, honestly. Okay, and prior to 6 months, it was only 3. Okay,
wow.
So wait,
2018, she wrote away.
Yeah, 6 and 3 months.
It was a good year.
Oh, that's not bad. That's 2 a month. That's not that bad.
She made up for the.
She made up for a long time. She made up for a long
times. Definitely.
And now you're 30.
And I'm 30 and I'm 9. Okay, my mom was like, please don't go to 10 unless you are marrying him.
I agree.
Please, not to 10. And
like, yeah, and then you're gonna go back
to Dutch Boo.
And you're gonna go to Dutch Boo. She's gonna come back knocked up and be like, I'm into 11.
Sorry.
No, he's already in the 9. So
he don't count. Hello. The type person's a dude I'm marrying.
Double dipping.
Promise that to my mother.
What's double dipping?
I don't know. Would double dipping count? Like, no, I feel like there should be like if a certain amount of time passed in between. That's a new encounter.
No, it's not. Nah, it's the same dick, same body. Look, it might have been a little looser than before.
Time changes bodies.
It might be a different
but it's still the same. It's still the same.
And spirit can change.
That's
like,
too, but
if I dated somebody in college and then tried to date them now,
redundant.
I'd probably like rip myself apart unless they really grew in a very
his penis. If it's penis growing, then it's new. If it's not growing, then it's not new. Okay. That's how I feel.
I think I like the person attached to the dick and or pussy that I'm fucking with.
What you mean?
Like them as a person?
I like to like them.
Yeah.
Like I think it makes my sex better.
Who has sex just to have sex with random? I personally don't.
No, I'm not saying you do.
Yeah,
I was just
like
saying,
you got a vibe.
Right. So I agree. You should definitely vibe. But like as I'm finding that like the more layers I put in, the more fights, the more disagree. You know what I mean? Like literally, like the more history, like real history, the more moments, positive and negative. Like
it makes it better.
It makes it better. Like it's like the more grinding that's in there, the more grit that's there. And you know, when things like, cause I mean, the first 6 months, I mean, shit, the sex is amazing. That's all you're doing. You're fucking. You see each other. You smile and you start fucking. Right? Like, oh my god, good morning. You know. But then after that,
she right. When it comes to females, yes, the sex is fucking amazing.
Well, sex with a woman is always amazing.
Year, whatever the fuck. But when it comes to a man, no. That first 6 months, you gotta learn that motherfucker because that shit's not that great. Like, it's not.
You'll get better.
You'll
get better. You'll grow into your Scorpioism.
I got it.
Allison, tell it. It gets better.
I guess I haven't been as selfish. Like, I've been always just totalitarian towards a man. Like, you lead.
But there's a way. No, there's a duality. There's a duality there. Because there is a selfish, and then there's the pleasurer, and the ultimate is to become both at the same time.
That's deep.
A giver and a taker.
Dr. Wren, you got that shit. Let me get some water.
Dr. Wren.
Anyway, I was gonna say something.
What are you gonna say?
I don't remember because I had to stop y'all before y'all went too far.
What can we expect from the new show?
Oh shit! Right, the new show. I know, that's just crazy. You know, and we've been throwing ideas around, and we do it every so often, and you know, I mean, we're putting like 3 show enough nerd junkies in the same room, but like we study behavior and feelings and interactions.
I have to get on this show.
And you know, so and to watch us throw ideas between the 3 of us, and then oh my God forbid someone joins.
Wow.
And like decides to go up against the doctors. You know, like I think it's going to be an amazing show, but I think it's going to be a lot more serious. You know, a little bit more thought-provoking, because honestly, like, Salacious life is great, and I will always live a salacious life. Y'all know that, because you know, #Scorpio. But sometimes you just evolve. You know, you shed the shell and you grow a new one, a bigger one, a better one. So you know, that's what happens.
I like it.
So yeah, I'm excited. The McLeans are great. They used to have a show on here on the station a few months back. They went on hiatus to do their doctorate work, and they were like, you know, we're ready to come back. You know, we got this shit on lock now. Like, and I was like, well, I know where they are in their program now. I'm like, oh, all right, let's do this. You know, and we were like, let's do it together. And I was like, yes, because you know, when you really have 3 distinct personalities too. I mean, we have. I mean, if you're into zodiac, we have a Capricorn and a Scorpio and a Taurus in the same room. So you have a lot of very dominant personalities, you know, kind of interacting. Everybody has their own thought and their own view, and then we all have very different upbringings and backgrounds. So, you know, we're looking at the same exact thing and we see it totally different. And I appreciate the diversity in that. You know, I love looking at one thing and say, is that really, you know, a green chapstick, or would you call that more white with green on? You know, like everybody's perspective is different depending on which way you're looking at it. So I like to listen, and then I'll give my opinion.
Then you'll give your opinion.
Yeah, like I said, you'll learn how to bring them together. And when you start collecting souls the way the rest of us grown Scorpios do, you'll get it. No,
and she can refer you to someone to get rid of the souls too.
There is a Ghostbuster.
Once you
there is a Ghostbuster.
You don't want to have.
You're the therapist?
I'm just a therapist. We just talk about thoughts and feelings. Get you coping with your stuff.
But we have the Ruha that get it going.
And we'll definitely I know where you live, so.
You do know where I live. Let's keep that on the low. We don't need listeners to know.
Like sex
where
talk gets, especially with females talking about sex, it gets a stigma that we're not supposed to talk about it.
But why? Why wouldn't you
be explicit with what the conversation is? And a lot of times,
but who teaches us that?
But we always, I feel like, but as women, we still always prevail and have like the best conversation.
We do have the best amongst ourselves when it's comfortable, when it's like.
Well, I mean, but even like when I do the forums, like, so, you know, when I go to different expos and things like that, and I'm on panels, like, you know, it's usually a good 70-30 female to male ratio. So, I mean, women definitely can express themselves, but it's like,
and it's
like a choice.
Important that they feel that it's okay to be able to talk about sex. Most of the couples that come to me, they don't have problems with sex. They still get it in, do it regularly. Some don't, but most of them still do that part of their marriage. They just suck at the rest.
The
of
communication.
taking care of each other.
So, well, they agree on one thing. At least.
But they talk about it like this is what sex is in our relationship, and they thrive in the relationship sexually.
But there's an imbalance.
But then there's an imbalance that takes away, and then when you look at women that, like this panel of women, so diverse backgrounds, and I mean, we ain't got no white girl up here today, but
yeah, the rundown was very different the last time.
Yes, and she had
shout out to Angie,
kindred spirit.
Absolutely.
But the dynamic is so freeing. Like for your mom to be African, her having a conversation with her girlfriends is probably not what went on when she was 30 years old.
It was definitely
about
not.
Sex.
So hold that thought. We'll be right back. We got to take a break. But that is interesting. We'll come back to that when we get back.
You were so right. It wasn't.
Yeah, that's not.
That's why her best friends are her fucking kids.
Well, my mother can't even pronounce Con.
You can't even see the top of that thing.
Even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like you see what somebody else is doing. And
you are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Not wine.
No, don't worry.
We
need to exchange contacts.
We down wines. Hold on.
We down wines, Dave.
We need to, because I'm there a lot. I'm there way more than I should.
Oh my God, I cannot.
I'm trying to be in Austria more.
Wait,
though.
we were talking about something before we went on break, and
but this is what I want to talk about. We're going to talk about women. We're talking about women in communication.
Women in communication.
But I think it's important. So I found out today that one of my friends, his homeboy's daughter came on her period at 8 years old. But what I'm finding, so periods are like my bread and butter. So it's what Allison wear, but it's 28-day box, which is whatever. But no one talks about periods and women's health issues, and like there's no dialogue. So here these 8-year-olds are coming on their period, but they don't even know why. So it's like that can start off depression.
Like I thought I was dying.
At 12, you know, can you imagine 4 years earlier?
Yeah,
well, I was 12. I was 10. I was amazing.
What the hell was going on?
I was 10. I was 10. And I was buddies age. And I remember my father in the cutest way. I don't even know which one of his female like homegirls he asked. He made these little packs, like these little sandwich bags, like freezer bags, and they had a clean pair of underwear, a tampon,
like a 28-day box,
like a little a little soap, and like a washcloth, like. And like my father drew things, so he would draw on the bags, and so he had them, you know. And I remember like not knowing what to do, what to say. This is my father. I got a bunch of brothers. Like I'm sitting in this house, like I am the only girl in here, and
this is happening to me,
and I'm dying. And I'm dying, right? Like literally, I was dying.
And it's a whole Lifetime TV
Surviving
movie. Surviving R. Kelly. They just don't want this black man to thrive at all.
I can't with that.
I mean, but he did that shit to himself.
I can't with it. No, I let him go way back with Aaliyah.
Yeah,
but a few hours ago.
But it's like that's just throwing it down our throats. Like, oh, this man.
Where's reinforcement?
They should do that with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, right. But like you were saying, right? Nobody knew because he didn't have like an easy. Like I know he had to go like go find one of his like homegirls he might have went to high school with.
Google wasn't around back then.
There was no Google. There was nothing like that. So like for him,
Mayo Clinic, what's that?
You know, for him to come, you know, not maybe he probably didn't come up with it, but for him to make these little things, and he put them in the bottom of my backpack.
Wow.
So I remember the first time I was at school, I called home and he said, "Look in the bottom of your backpack. Everything you need is right there." And it was there. You know, like. You know, Daddy got his shit with him, but
are we on?
Yeah, we on.
But on right now. Girl,
I was like,
we've been on.
We've been on. We were talking about women's health. You know, but like, look. So the point of that, I guess, was to say that you know it's important, and it's important that men and women understand female health and hygiene and things like that. You know what I mean? Because
what about
they don't know.
Employers. I think it's very important for employers to know women's health. Because a lot of times it's like, oh, well, like say, for example, if your boss is a woman and she's like, well, my cramps, my periods aren't even like that. And it's like, well, who cares? Like,
mine are.
no one really cares. I mean, I care, but what does that do
you know,
in the moment?
I think the problem is, and I guess, and I'm just playing devil's advocate because I do agree with you because I vaguely remember having like really bad cramps back when I had periods. But like, I think this is the problem. It's not verifiable. Do you know what I mean? Like, how many women could easily just say, like, I haven't had a period in 10 years. Right. You know what I mean? But I could easily walk in a room and say, oh, I really don't feel good. It must be that time. And nobody's going to really question it, but nobody could like have sympathy validate it either. Like what would they say? Oh, well, prove it? How would you like me to prove that that's what's going on right now? You know what I mean? So like I think that's the biggest problem.
That can be anything.
Like if somebody breaks their leg and can't come to work, they have to bring a doctor's note. Would we really want to have to bring a doctor's note every time we had period cramps?
No, because then you would just get a doctor's letter stating why you have your period cramps, and then they would have to deal with it because that's in human resources, and you just move forward. And if there's any problems, then you go to the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, and you say that it is discrimination.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying, like, what we did, like right now, yeah, we have the right to say that and to do these things, and we would 9 times out of 10, like the judgment would go in our favor as women. But my thought is, like, do we want it so that is the normal, so that we never have to go ask? Because then how many women are going to take advantage of it? Like, there'll be women, you know, because there's a woman who was 71 years old who gave birth, there'll be women in their 60s saying they're having period cramps, and they know they've had menopause 15 years ago.
That would be, I don't really see the likelihood of that. It could happen, but I don't see another woman really using that as her story to get out of work, especially that old.
I think the work world has evolved so much that women no longer have to use that as an excuse for anything. Even like with school for teenagers.
Yeah.
I know it used to be my excuse. My period is when I was like going to school. She'd be like, "Okay, baby, go ahead." Now,
you're so blessed.
All of a sudden, I'm like, "Girl, go ahead and get out this house. Come on. What you need? You got everything you need? All right, good to go." But when I'm thinking what Allison is saying, when women have like severe cramps and they feel like, oh, is this normal? Do other women, because you don't know what another woman experiences until you've actually gone and sought a doctor, got the letter for your
I definitely agree.
employer.
But I mean, like, do you feel like women should even have to get a letter?
What?
Do you know
we
what I
shouldn't,
mean?
but we have to, because we live in a male-dominated society. So, okay,
Right,
so that goes.
Well, wait, don't go into it. We have to take a break.
Okay, but I was.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live United. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home, and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunities and succeed. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org.
You're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Generational. So on our break, we were talking about that, like validation, like people feeling.
And I think like this is like where your next show is going to go, like into these deep conversations about why do people do this? Why do
well? Because I'm curious. Like I watch. Like I am a people watcher.
We're still on break.
No.
Oh shit. Hey.
We people. I people watch. Like I literally watch people interact with one another. I watch conversations. I watch people work versus customers. You know, because what else?
I think that's what's
like while things are building around me and I'm not particularly doing something with my hands, I can just watch this interaction because I'm smack dab in the middle of this like blender. Because you have all the people pulled in for the court. You have all the people who need social services. Then you have all the foster care, and you have the administration building. You know, so I'm just getting this mixture of all these different types of people. So I'm watching these interactions, including like people who work there, you know, and how they interact with people.
So are these women of color that you see that are trying to get over on the system, or is it just like
not necessarily
different women?
Different women. Not like, and that's funny. I can say that affirmatively, and not because I'm a woman of colors. Plural. No. I've seen it across the board. Like black, white, Asian, you know, Native Americans. Like I watch them come in and like pull off in a car worth more than, you know, my house. You know, and I'm just like,
well, it's a different priority. And we live in the what? Social media, Instagram makes it like if you don't have this or you don't have that, then you're not even living well. When living well doesn't have anything to do with your material.
So what Allison said, like the validating part of it, everybody wants to be validated. Everybody wants to be validated. And like a stigma about social welfare, everybody's on social welfare. It's not just you get food stamps or you get housing. It's if you got a Pell Grant to go to college, that's welfare. If you're using Mass Transit Administration to get to work, that's welfare.
Because that is state subsidized.
It's all a system that makes certain people look a certain way and then other people look like, oh, it's okay. Like low income housing in the county, but the projects in the city. So it's everybody is utilizing a welfare system. It's just certain people get put in these boxes like, oh, y'all taking advantage of the system.
It's more extreme than
and
others.
It's so much
But
bigger
I mean,
than that.
well, so we were talking about women specifically because I mean, it is the Wednesday wind down and we're a bunch of women. We might as well, right? Like, do you feel like women disproportionately, like, all right, I'm not going to even sit here and lie. If it was my child and I needed it, I don't care what the fuck I'd have to do. Like, like nothing at all. Like, whatever. It wouldn't matter. Like, I'd cheat, I
live for my dog already.
You know what I mean? Like,
right, I'm just saying. And my dog tomorrow, and I live for my dog.
Right.
So just imagine if I had a human.
So, you know, I'm always playing devil's advocate, as y'all know. Like, everything you guys say, I'm sitting there like, but what about, and not even that I necessarily believe, but I want to know the other side. So I'm watching these people, and I'm watching things happen, and I'm always thinking, because your first moment is like, really, bitch? And then you think about it again and like, well, maybe she just lost her job. Or maybe, you know, this happened or that happened. Like, you know, I start running different scenarios through my mind. But then I speak to, you know, like, unfortunately, because I know these people, I speak to district managers and things like that, and they're telling me about the drain. And it's hard to ignore. So then it's like, do I want the letter? It goes all the way back to, do I want the letter, or would I just want flat out just no questions asked when it comes to menstrual cramps? Like, I know.
I think that you would
He's
want.
Like, what?
I feel like Dr. Wren, you wanted the letter. So basically, what I said was that sometimes people don't believe when people have bad menstrual cycles. Like, you have to bring in a letter for it, which is kind of like, okay. So,
but honestly, what is the most important thing out of that, let's say, occupation where you have to bring in that bullshit ass letter? Like, is it really that deep? Like, let the girl go and get her little cramp. I can understand if it's 3 times in fucking 1 month. You know what I mean? Then, okay, question it. Right. But like the magnitude,
if it's 3 days in a row, perhaps.
Nah, I'm talking about every other week. She's talking about screaming menstrual, like, you know what I mean. Then then I start questioning it. But honestly, the thing is, like, people make big deals out of small things, and they should be focused on.
But do you think they're disproportionate when it comes to women's rights?
Absolutely, I don't feel like enough women stand up and even talk about menstrual cycles or what they're going through. So you have a lot of women that suffer in silence.
But we couldn't even talk about mental health.
Exactly. But if you're going to your employer, this is where you spend the bulk of your time. If you're telling me that but if you're telling me, oh no, like, well, I need you to justify this, like, you need a doctor's note. Okay, I'm going to give you that because that's what you want. But it also makes me kind of,
I feel like I have to go out my way.
No, it makes me review our relationship, because an employer-employee relationship is still a relationship. And if I'm spending all my time here more than I spend at home, then if you don't trust what I say, then it's a problem. So we have this relationship, and I've been working here 12 months, and for 12 months, maybe once a month, you know that I can't come in. It's my first day, and you're just like, I need a letter. I'll do it for HR's sake, because I do value my job. But if it becomes, you know, too many questions or just like an energy in the air that's like a little contentious, I'm not with it. So then I'm just going to skip out.
Any place that you don't own or you don't control, you're going to have those questions.
Absolutely.
Because people have trust issues, period. So it is what it is. Like, that's how I see it. Even...
But we were talking about women having a disproportionate amount of questions asked. Like men don't.
Women are asked way more than men.
But they go through other stuff. But
it'll be by women asking women. And that's the shit that I have a problem with.
This bitch, she always talk about her stomach hurt.
Exactly.
So,
aren't you our boss? Like, I come on my period. I come on my period, but I'm not taking off.
But it also,
I don't need sympathy.
Goes to say, like, in what type of arenas this are. So, like, corporate America, their jobs, they offer flex time without explanation. They offer time off without having you to submit a letter. And also identifying if I am feeling like I'm being judged for being a woman, is this the appropriate place for me? So kind of like what she said, well, I got fired. But it's a reason why we transition from
job to job.
Yeah, because it just no longer serves a purpose.
Because it no longer serves a purpose, or it no longer fits who I'm.
Right, it's not a good fit. I can't even count how many jobs or places or schools I moved on from over my life just because it wasn't a good fit.
Your parents were just lenient. Whatever school my parents picked, they like, you staying in.
Well, they didn't.
I don't care if they call you a nigga, you staying. What? Girl, you know much, but you better bring home good grades.
Well, when tuition became a factor, yes. Bitch, you staying. Bitch, you staying. When it was public school, they gave me a pass.
You were able to
they gave me a pass.
say, I don't want to go here anymore.
Yeah, which worked for me. You know, I needed the right fit, but you know, the creative type. You know, you need the right
Montessori
fit.
aspect of thinking. That's how I live.
You know, you need the right fit. Yeah. But I don't know. I just, you know, as somebody who hires and fires, like I had to let somebody go like last week. You know, I'm always curious as to, because I don't have any female employees.
This is to alleviate anything that
I don't
you
have any
have
female employees
in your mind that you're firing somebody. You never fire anybody. Like, you didn't fire.
I got fired, and then I asked
People
my boss
choose
for
to
a
leave.
shot.
They let them
I asked my boss for a shot.
They choose when they don't follow
Can I
rules,
get a
regulations,
shot? And then I took some rosés with me.
Procedures. They're making the
At the
choices. I don't want
airport.
to be here no more. So you never fire anyone. They're just saying, and tell them that.
I
You're
just
like,
gave
you know
them
what?
the exit ticket.
You're making the
so they could go ahead and
to
move
leave.
on. But I mean, it was still hard. It was hard for me.
Yeah.
You know, and then like,
because you think about how they're going to take care of themselves. How long is it going to take them to find another
because I
job?
think about myself. Like I empathize with those people. Like I'm saying, like you said, like I would die. No, I wouldn't. But I would feel really crummy for a little while if I lost my job.
Well, let me tell you for one that did. Okay.
You were talking about dick, so I don't count.
I've gotten fired from other jobs, corporate, whatever the fuck. I've worked at the MSC. I've worked at Johns Hopkins. I don't give a fuck. I currently got fired from the airport, and honestly, it was the best gift this motherfucker could give me, because you already know. Prior to that, I was miserable. You were. The last 3 months, I was acting. I worked 4 a.m. shifts. I would wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning to go to work at 4 a.m.
I cannot. Yes, she did.
4 to 11 a.m. And then I had no life, no time for art, and that's what was driving me for 3 years. I slowly, literally was consumed with my job. I almost died in a car accident. And the first person, I will never forget it, the first person I called was not my parents. Was my fucking job. And I regret that shit since day one. Because that's when I really realized that shit got a hold on me. That money got a hold on me. And money for me is nothing. You can't take that shit home. You can't take that shit home. You can't take that shit to the grave. And the moment that you have to call your job before you call your fucking parents to tell them that you just got into a car accident that almost killed you, that's when I knew. My uncle died, my first death in my family. Who did I call? My fucking boss. I didn't call my mom, I called my boss. Every single time was my boss.
That's symbolic.
Yeah.
And it slowly drained the life out of me.
You had an unhealthy relationship with your
job. Because I'm a ride or die. Like, I'm that girl.
I mean, look, loyalty is something that most people never question. But there is a level where you get to have an unhealthy relationship with anything.
Yeah, my shit was definitely unhealthy.
Like, I mean, like, you got in a car accident. You called your boss. Like,
yeah.
And
when I got to work, I called my mom.
I don't know if all right, so I did talk to the owner of my complex when my grandfather passed away. I mean, he wasn't like the first person, but I happened to have a phone interview the same day it happened. So I wasn't gonna, you know, my grandfather was like, you know, came from nothingness. You know, I couldn't just not do this. You know what I mean? I felt like it'd be disrespectful. So I did this phone interview, and I said, oh my God, like, I'm sorry, I'm off. Like, I just found out my grandfather passed away. And he was like, well, how old was he? Which I thought was probably the coldest insensitive thing I'd ever heard. But hold up. Now, mind you, I work for this man now. So let me tell you what happened. And I said, well, he was a couple weeks shy of his 93rd birthday.
Wow.
And he was like, were you close? And I was like, you couldn't slip a piece of paper between us.
Wow.
And he said, well, in Japan, they would say congratulations. And I was like, what? Now, mind you, I'm trying to keep it together because, like, my whole bottom had just fallen out. And I was still, like, at the office. I had not left yet. This was at my old job, right? And I'm sitting there trying to hold it together a little bit. And I'm like, all right. And he was like, well, when people live over 80, you know, they've lived an entire life. They've been through everything. He was like, think about it. He was 92 years old. He lived through the Depression. He lived through and he just gave me this chronological, like, history of the United States from 1925 till 2018. And by the time we got off the phone, well, I had the job. But also, I felt better. I felt grateful. Like, all of a sudden, I was no longer, like, crying. I just didn't even cry anymore.
You looked at your chapstick differently.
I looked at, right, a different perspective. Right. You know, so, I mean, you know, there are people there.
That is different from, well, can you still come to work?
Yeah.
And your
like, I would have been like,
is under 50 years old.
How about this? Go suck a.
But you don't have to, but you know you don't.
One.
Yeah, but I didn't process that shit until literally 2 days later.
Yeah.
And then I took a mental health day to myself. My friend, actually, I woke up crying, and my friend was just like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It was just like, I'll work for you. Like, I've been up with you. I'll work for you. Wow. Like, that's when I started processing that, like, damn, this shit is some bullshit. Like, I'm working for the man, but the man is not really working for me.
So now, all this becomes clear. Why the whole conversation the day you got fired was about Dutch Boo.
Did it?
He's not my boo. He's not my boo. He's just a dude that I slept with.
Dang. She's smiling. That her body
on that note. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take that break.
Yeah, please.
So she can get her life together.
Please.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
You are now listening to Just a Bit Outside, a sports radio show at BeExposedRadio.com. Come join us every Monday night from 8 to 10 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, or BeExposedRadio.com.
So we had a lot of things going on.
Mother's Day, Major League Baseball, pink bats, pink outfits.
Yeah. They certainly did the mothers good. They don't show them justice. Like Jimmy said, the pink bats, cleats, all types of pink highlights in the major leagues. The Orioles were swept by the Kansas City Royals.
Wah, wah.
The Kansas City Royals. Thank you, Eric. Kansas City Royals is they're like one of the worst teams in the major leagues
Baseball
right now. Yeah, so that was a little tough.
Yeah, so the Orioles no longer have the top record. It belongs to the Washington Nationals now.
Yeah, so that was tough. So hopefully they'll get back on track with the next series. Maryland, we got some local sports, collegiate to report. The Maryland lacrosse. Let's shout out the Maryland lacrosse team. They are in the NCAA tournament, and
Hey, this is Mark, just a bit outside on BeExposedRadio.com. Listen to us every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on Facebook and on YouTube.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ball in street? Girl in street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Here's what you missed on Salacious Life Radio.
You know, when it comes to your children, especially if you're dating someone that you actually like, you do want it to work. So you're gonna hope and encourage the relationship between your child and that person because you like that person, you know. So you're gonna hope for the best. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't work, and you can't make it work. You can't force it. It's like a branch. You keep bending it. Eventually, it'll snap, and even if you put it back together, it'll never be what it once was. But you definitely pray on it. You hope for the best, you know, because like nobody wants to spend the rest of their life alone just because a particular relationship didn't work out, but you had this beautiful.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yeah, we're coming back now.
So you're ready to get out of here.
Thank you so much.
Find us some breath.
Oh man, sorry. That was I needed that little break because things were intense. But you're right. Employers should have those relationships, or at least understand them. But if they don't, the universe will force you to move on.
Oh, you're so right.
Move on. I mean, like, I worked in D.C., Montgomery County, New York, Philadelphia for years. Traveled all the time, back and forth, because my baby was here. He liked it here. I was trying to keep him close to his family, you know. I'm traveling all over the place. I can walk to work in 12 minutes.
And that's a blessing.
And it's like, you and I gotta understand, like, I can walk. Like, so I took baby to work with me on Saturday. We raced 2 blocks. Who could skip the fastest? We raced down the street skipping. No, we were skipping. We skipped.
That might have been a trip to see.
That's awesome.
For all the crackheads in our neighborhood.
No, people like stopped. Like people would stop and watch this. We was shown enough like skipping, like so past the school board, and then we cut up, you know, to come to you know how my house is, right? So we were skipping, and everybody was like watching us, and he was like, "I'm gonna get you," and I was like, "No, you're not." Like it was fun.
That's sweet.
It was fun.
Priceless.
You know what I mean? Like those are the moments. Like I couldn't imagine going back to seeing him
moments
like 15 minutes before I left to go to work in the morning, and then I might squeeze out 2 hours in the evening. You know, like that's a lot. Yeah. You know, when now, like I mean, and I'm not, and it's not because, you know, it's because I'm not home, or that when I am home, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
You know, now I work 25 to 35-ish hours a week, somewhere in there. You know, I try to make a good appearance every day.
Right.
I mean, I did get a new job.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I did know you got a new job.
Yeah.
Oh,
I actually got a job right after I got fired.
Yeah.
But I don't count it as a real job. It's just bringing me closer to Thailand. But the other job is downtown, so I can bike, I can walk, I can take the bus. And it starts on the 10th of next month.
For you.
So, yeah, like I'm not...
no, we weren't talking like you're the unemployed person.
Because and I'm proud. And I'm proud as shit. It's been fun. Enjoy your unemployment. Drink, fuck, whatever you got to do to have fun. Have fun, because work is going to take everything from you. Everything.
Work is going to take everything
not
from you.
necessarily. And I'll say this. When you love what you do. When I tell you, as much as I love being home, and y'all know I love being home, I love my job. I have yet to wake up and really like not want to be there. Like I love what I do. One, I'm building and managing a facility that helps people. This is an everyday thing I do. You know, like I love what I do. I love the radio. Like I love this. I love my live shows. I love that. You know, like I do the things that I love to do, and none of it feels like work. You know, I love, you know what I mean? And I put in work into my life.
But the break is nice, God damn it.
She said the break is nice.
Actually, I don't like a break in my money. I like my money to stay pretty consistent.
I mean, that's great too.
I'm just saying. I think I need to take
She didn't like her job.
I liked it until I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I liked it until
every job I've
longer.
had, I've loved. I worked for LeVan Hawkins, Inner City Food Checkers. I love going.
Did
to
you
work.
work at Checkers? I worked at McDonald's at Ricestown Road Plaza for like 2 or 3 days.
Every job I've worked at.
You said 2 or 3 days? And the smell of McDonald's was a little too much for me, but look, I gave it an effort. I moved on to Pizza Boli's.
You said 3 days.
And Pizza Boli's, I worked there for years. Oh my God, they have the freshest food. Y'all just don't know. Like, not that I'm shouting out Pizza Boli's.
She's offline right now.
Oh.
Alice is so cute.
She's like, let me. Can we talk about Paris real quick with you?
It's great.
Okay, so
you have about 30 seconds, so make it pretty quickly.
No, I just want to know, like, so you stay here for a couple months and then you go back to Paris.
I just go visit sometimes. Yeah.
How much do you?
You're probably gonna do this offline because
Relax.
we are done with Salacious Life. This week's Hump Day Discourse. We will see you next year. Well, I will see you next year in 2019 on my new show, Salacious Couch, with Dr. Wren and Co-Ed Bliss and the Brahma Bull. So this is fun time. Cheers it up.
Baby.
Don't forget, love life, be brave, and live unapologetically.
Oh, guys, that was so fun.
That was fun.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait. Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the It Is What It Is radio show.
Viral. Make sure y'all share us. So,
please.
Miss Entice.
All right,
Miss Vicious.
Okay.
Vicious.
Favorite place to have sex outside the bedroom?
Anywhere.
Oh, that's not an answer.
That's not an answer?
Specific. Outside of the bedroom.
You mean where have I?
No. Like where is the spot you like to have sex outside of the bedroom?
Keep it real. I'm not a forest fucker, so I'd rather be in behind closed doors, but I've had sex.
I mean,
outside.
you still can keep it, under the roof. I'm just saying outside of the bedroom. Yeah, outside of the bed, like not in the bed.
Living room.
Oh, okay.
Living room.
What about the living room?
The couch.
Okay, what position?
Then from the couch, you can roll onto the, in my case, I had carpet, so you can move from the couch to the floor. Then if you really want to get creative, you could go over to the sink in the kitchen on the aisle.
So what kind of carpet was it? Was it the plush kind? Was it the Stainmaster?
It was plush. It was plush.
It was the plush.
But I got one of them other mats over, like a little area rug.
So it's nice and cushiony.
It was cushiony.
Oh.
Easy on the rug burns.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Now you did mention the kitchen.
Turn this up.
You did mention the kitchen. Now, are we opening the fridge? Have you gotten creative with ingredients? Shall we say?
One time I was like,
you mean as far as
have you
props?
Or would you? If
Props.
You gonna leave me hang?
You mean props? Props like far as whipped cream and all that? No, I don't need it. I don't need it. But I mean, I've done it.
Oh, see, there we go. Like that. If you haven't, or have you?
I don't like sticky stuff. I don't.
Okay.
I've done it, but I don't like it.
Can I jump in? Can I jump in? Can I check in? What's your favorite condiment to use?
My tongue.
I'm sorry, you cannot shake that on the salad or the eggs.
No, let's stop.
Wait a minute, time out. No. Speaking of salad.
Okay.
No.
Not sight, but we'll go ahead.
Am I about to answer the last question about preparing for this movie?
I was
interception.
Interception. Well, go ahead.
What's your favorite condiment before you go to the interception?
I don't really have a favorite condiment.
Join us every Friday at 9 p.m. for It Is What It Is radio show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
It's the jump off. Welcome to the Cheryl Underwood Show. Hot topics. We discussing anything. It's a go. We going live now. Got a favorite song calling to the show. Is he ready? Yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Oh snap! I'm looking out the window. No, because it's raining.
You're right.
No, I
have a window in the studio.
I know. I was looking out. Well, really, but that window don't open and you can't see through it. I'm looking out the screen though, because it does rain in Southern California.
It does.
You should play that. You play that for our super producer.
I like that.
Vic Frost, our super producer. The Iceman cometh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kyle Irby.
I know that's right.
I feel a chill. I feel a chill. Kyle Irby's our male rights activist.
Be a man at all times.
Courtney Black back with the facts.
You know that.
Mike Washington sitting in with us from Washington, D.C.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Erna Fouché, Executive Director of Pack Rat Foundation for Education, is sitting in with us.
Z5.
So, Zeta Phi Beta. Harry Sutherland, our brother of Phi Beta Sigma.
Hear ye.
And our favorite country lawyer, better known as Judge Harry Sutherland, is with us. He's going to give us our 60 seconds from Hill News. You can use word on the street. What am I supposed to be doing? Because I know we had a show prep meeting. Oh, good prayer today. Good prayer.